I'm Larry Menti. Welcome to Jersey Matters. A new assembly will be sworn in after the first of year, and a new legislative session will then follow. And one of the leaders of the New Jersey Senate, Robert Singer, is here with us, a conference leader. Thank you, sir, for being here. He represents the 30th District, which is Ocean County and Monmouth County. That's correct, right? The fact that the Democrats picked up, and you're a Republican, the fact that the Democrats picked up 3 seats in the assembly, does that affect the legislative agenda at all?
Well, certainly we don't like losing seats, but it really doesn't. It still doesn't make it a veto-proof majority, so it's really the same it was, just a couple additional seats.
So what you're saying basically is anything they do that Republicans don't like can be vetoed?
Correct.
All right, so let's move on to some other issues. One of the things, and maybe this is one of the things that you're going to say will be vetoed, one of the things that the Democrats are talking about to raise revenue, because everybody's trying to find new ways to make money because the budget numbers don't seem to add up, is a gas tax. Hugely unpopular, and yet it keeps coming up. Do you think it will come up next year for a vote? And if it passes, do you think the governor would veto that?
Well, here's the problem: Transportation Trust Fund is broke. Without the Transportation Trust Fund, transportation projects stop in the state. Here's the big problem: is the gas tax is the easiest way to do it. They're looking at a staggered 3 cents this year, 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, something like that. I don't know if the governor's going to veto it. The issue is, how do you fund the Transportation Trust Fund? The problem that I have with it, they talked about 2 projects: the project in Bergen County and the light rail project down in Camden. Let me see, does that help Ocean and Monmouth County? No. Would I vote for anything? No. I mean, tell me what it's going to do for Ocean and Monmouth County, we can at least look at it. Right now, those projects don't help anybody in Ocean and Monmouth County, and certainly not going to see it pass with my vote.
Well, let's backtrack then. So if it were to help Ocean and Monmouth County, you would consider it?
We have to take a look at it. We have some serious issues in Ocean and Monmouth County with traffic. Take a look at Ocean County. Every freeholder, every legislator from all 4 districts said, if you don't dualize Route 9, we're stagnant in Ocean County. We only have 2 north-south corridors. One is the Garden State Parkway, the other is Route 9. Route 9 through the entire county, other than a small portion of Lakewood, is 2 lanes. It's been that way since its existence. We can't survive that way. We don't want another study. Don't tell me we're going to look at it another way. We want to say, what are you going to do about Route 9 in Ocean County? And the legislators, at least in Ocean County, will look at it. And we have similar problems in Monmouth. So show me what you're going to do for Monmouth and Ocean County, then we can talk. If you're not going to do anything for Ocean and Monmouth County, there's no discussion.
And it surprises me a little bit that you say that, only because I know you're a Republican and you probably don't like most taxes. And New Jersey was voted recently as the most tax-unfriendly state in the country. Haven't the people of New Jersey paid enough? Why would you even consider a new tax?
Look, nobody likes taxes. I certainly don't like taxes. But I have to do something about transportation. We are, unfortunately or fortunately, growing in Ocean and Monmouth County. Our population is growing up. You've got to be able to get around. I mean, the backways are now crowded, and the main thoroughfares are jam-packed. You've got to do something. And my answer very simply is, show me what you're planning to do about it. I'm not saying I'm guaranteeing voting for something, but I want to at least see something. They're not even on their radar screen. Their radar screen is helping out Bergen County and helping out the light rail down in Camden. Thank you very much. You're not doing it with my vote.
If you were to support a gas tax because you're going to get money in Ocean Monmouth County, let's say that happens, and you say it's something you have to take a look at and maybe you need to do it, would you want tax relief somewhere else? There's
no question about it that we constantly find areas where money is overspent when they don't have to spend it. I hear constantly departments saying, oh, we have money left over, find some way to spend it. Ridiculous. We have to start looking how to spend money in the right way. One of the big problems we have is school funding. You know that. That's almost 1/3 of the budget goes to education, and that educational dollars, half it goes to the special needs district, which is none in my district, and that's $4.5 billion goes to 30 districts, and the other 500 districts in the state, or 480 districts, have to split the other $4.5 billion. That is wrong. I want to see that changed. I want to take education out of the hands of the courts and put it in the legislature, and let's see Ocean and Monmouth County get their fair share. That would be a big game changer for everybody. If the state paid their fair share, property taxes would go down in Ocean and Monmouth County. Let's talk about taxes in some place other than your district in Morristown, New Jersey, that could end up affecting everybody. The Morristown Medical Center had a tax-exempt status.
And that changed with the new government that came in. They saw it as a way of making some money on the property taxes from the Morristown Medical Center, and now they are going to start paying taxes. That was a wake-up call for municipalities across the state, especially for medical centers and hospitals that had nonprofit status. It was also a wake-up call for local governments who thought, uh-oh, here's a great way to get some new funding without raising taxes on our residents.
My ship came in, they said.
Yeah.
I mean, no question about it, right.
Are you worried about this?
Very worried about it. First of all, the case was decided in tax court. The ruling is very devastating. There are a lot of questions about how the case was presented, what was said about it, and they just settled, by the way. They settled with the governing body on a percentage they're going to pay into that.
But they're going to pay taxes.
They're going to pay certain taxes. Senator Sweeney and I have come together on this, and it's going to be a Sweeney-Singer bill. We've got to salvage what has happened. If you taxed all the hospitals in the state, just blanketly on what the value of their facility is, you would probably put 1/3 of the hospitals out of business. There's about 1/3 of the hospitals that are subsidized by the state, maybe losing money, safety net hospitals. And what would happen is you'd put a tax on them, they wouldn't be able to pay it, and they'd go bankrupt. No mayor wants to see a hospital closed. Think about one thing. They're usually the largest employer in town. They produce millions of dollars in revenue to local businesses, whether they're stopping at the sub shop, whether they're stopping for gas, whether they're buying local things. It's a generator of money, and also they do a lot of good things for the local community. So no one wants to see that happen. So we have to come to a meeting of the minds, and we're trying to do that. We're working with the League of Municipalities, we're working with the Mayor's Association, we're working with the Hospital Association, and we're working with the taxation groups to turn around and say, listen, there's got to be some formula. We're looking at a formula where they pay a percentage to the municipality for the services they do use, police, fire, emergency services as such. That's what has to be done. Some kind of like pilot program. We don't know if it's going to be based on the amount of beds in a hospital, based on the revenue, something along those lines. But we're going to have a bill out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully it'll be passed and signed on the governor's desk by January. And that really is important because the tax assessors are waiting to January to start taxing them. And the big problem with that is once you get a tax bill, before you can be heard in tax court, you got to pay the bill.
Okay. I want to bring up one other topic because I know you're on the Higher Education Committee as well, and you recently met about safety and security on the campuses, on the college campuses in New Jersey. It's a huge topic right now because we've had these school shootings, and we're taping this 1 week after the terrorist attack in Paris. Did you come up with any solutions, and are there gaping problems?
Well, first of all, Senator Cunningham did hold a timely hearing on this. I think our colleges are doing a good job. We had the presidents from a number of community colleges in. We had senior people from other colleges come in to talk about the plans they have in place. You know, under Governor Cody, when the Virginia shooting took place, that was a wake up to everybody. And he brought together all the colleges, and we put together some extensive plans using with Homeland Security, state police, local police, county sheriff's departments. The colleges are integrated with them. And they all have plans of what to do and alerts of what to do and how to handle it. So I think certainly our college campuses are right on point with that.
So you're satisfied?
I was satisfied. Look, we can always do better, as they say, but they certainly have it as a priority. They certainly want the students to be aware of what's going on, aware of their surroundings, report things when they see things. They have lockdown preparations. They know how to contact the police right away. In the state colleges, you know, you have armed police there now. The state, they're very, very involved with it. It is a priority issue in all the universities and colleges in the state and community colleges. I think we've done a yeoman's job in that, and really that was Senator Cody.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming in. We've run out of time. I have so many other things to talk to you about. Please come back, and we'll give you more time.
Love to.
Senator Robert Singer, who's in leadership in the New Jersey Senate. He's the conference leader. He also represents the 30th District, which is Ocean and Monmouth counties. When we come back on Jersey Matters, we're going to continue talking about New Jersey infrastructure, specifically the bridges. Are they safe? We'll talk with somebody who checks on just that when we come back.